difference, 29 supply versus 36 on the opposite side. 2 bases up, 2 factories up, Goliath now to counter those Wraith, and really the critical portion of this strategy for Gretorp was to get that contain, and right now it doesn't look like he's quite got it yet. He's still pressing on this front door. He's got the siege tanks. Let's see if some more vultures can run in here and take it out, at least getting up some turrets, which really aren't necessary. No sort of anti-air on the opposite corner. Maybe it's just to detect those mines, take care of them as soon as it gets up. Yeah, those mines actually being taken care of. A counter siege tank now in the front door, but between this engineering bay, I've got to say this game still could swing into Gretorp's favor if he can continue to press this forward, if he can take the secondary out, and if it looks like he's still shelling that command center, and if he can maintain this corner. And really, I think the trick for Horror would just be get maybe 1 or 2 vultures out, swing it again to the north, and make sure that Gretorp can't continue to send the troops this direction. He already has some mines planted midfield. But if he could swing through and maybe just send another raid out there and then just wait until he has enough a large enough vulture force and kind of flank from both directions, I still think he'd be in a good position, bringing that command center back a little bit so he can re-siege. He still has those 2 tanks and that Goliath to the front, and it looks like, yeah, he's just going to scout out. Still no secondary being taken from Gretorp, so I think Gretorp what he really needs to think about doing, especially because he's putting down a 3rd factory. Actually, it looks like he canceled that 2nd factory. Behind on production, he's really needs to think about taking a 3rd base. Mines being planted out in the field. Right now, though, I really still think it's everyone's game, and I'm kind of curious how this is going to play out. I think with the siege tanks that are coming out in the field, Horror is still going to end up in a decent advantage. Looks like able to take that siege tank out on the front. A single vulture trying to run forward to take a hit, but it's not going to get anything done. 3 siege tanks. Yeah, holding that front door. It looks like 1 siege tank going to be able to take out the Marine, so at least it's a 2-on-1 situation. But yeah, hero Marine right there. Horror calling it. He's like, yeah, that Marine was a hero. He's like, I'm going to make sure my team survives. Runs in, gets the kill, falls back. Beautiful. Looks like that command center now being built out of position, but I don't think that Gretorp has enough to defend this. He's only got that single siege tank out the front door. He doesn't have containment anymore. He's behind in production. You can see the fourth factories, and I expect to see it just sticking to a single machine shop for quite a long time for Horror for quite a long time here. But otherwise, yeah, and it looks like a vulture actually did manage to run up and stop that kill. So I think actually Horror now has a significant advantage, and he's going to be able to swing it specifically into the mid game. Let's see, actually simultaneously he's got the resources to do it if he consistently harasses now, presses up, takes another expansion, and works from there. And I think Gretorp's just hoping that this bunker plays a little bit of fake. He doesn't have anything in it. He's just kind of trying to play a mind game here, like, oh yeah, you can't press against this with my single siege tank and the bunker, and you've got to play a little bit slower rather than just attack moving into my siege tank. But now actually pulling back, let's see if he moves that engineering bay up and realizes that it's not actually being fired upon. 3 tanks on the front door, still some vultures wandering out in the field, and this is still a bad situation. It's still 1 base versus 2, economically still significantly behind. Going to put down a 2nd machine shop. Oh man, keep in mind, still only 1 gas to work off from, and that's 3,000 gas and declining, and it looks like another gas at the 9 o'clock going to be taken by Horror. This is a huge advantage. It will be an overwhelming advantage if he can get that base producing that gas. Right now, just way ahead in supply. He's already got a pretty nice minefield laid. He's got the mines kind of covering all of the other bases. Gretorp, I think he knows he can't really win this situation by trying to catch up economically at all, so I think his plan from this stage needs to be just produce a bunch of siege tanks, get a bunch of vultures out, and just press the front door with a quick all-in attack and try to catch him off guard. And against these 3 siege tanks, and that's just a difficult position to be in with these ramps in particular. It's just like Destination when you try to cross those ramps like that and go into a fixed position. Anytime you go out against Terran in a fixed position, it's a bad situation. But particularly if you're going out against a fixed position with, yeah, and I think this is going to be the attack right here. Particularly if you're going up against a fixed position with some movement problems, it's just a really bad situation altogether. So I think this is going to be Gretorp's one big attack to try to go in, try to take out that secondary, try to push up, get those factories, win the game from here. I think that's his best option. It looks like he's going to try to kill the mines out in the field so he can at least create a little bit of confusion as to the direction he's headed. But yeah, now coming out towards the secondary, I think he's going to make a mad dash in not too long to try to come across this. And it looks like he's setting up in containment position again. I'm not quite sure the logic behind this because he's still, again, not containing this 9 o'clock exit. Maybe just trying to get a good gauge on things before he decides to press forward, or maybe try to catch any units before they really make some motions. Looks like some vultures planting some mines to the north. Yeah, Gretorp actually going for a 2-pronged seal, which I don't think is going to work out. Again, this might buy him some time to get an expansion up, but ultimately with this second gas, which is going to come online momentarily, Horror will be able to get a dropship out. He will be able to start dropping essentially on Gretorp's forces out in the field, even with this single turret. he'll be able to basically have superior mobility. Still a lot of vultures sneaking through here, and they might be able to stop this command center from producing. I don't think he's going to be able to get this third gas out in time. And additionally, he can't come back and defend against these vultures now. He's going to have to get a grouping of vultures out here. I'd actually say lift this command center, cancel that SCV. It's going to die either way. Just save it before, wait until you can get a group up.
Virus database has been updated.
My virus database has been updated. Sorry about that in the corner here. I don't think that's going to go away for the rest of the cast either. Aw, disappointing. Well, maybe it will. I guess I could pause it. Kind of faux pas in the middle of a cast here. Hold on a second, guys. Nope.